So I mentioned this banjo the other day. Hello, hello, hello. Belongs to my chiropractor, and I fixed the nut up here. That was all the nuts were bad there. Now when I say nut, this white piece is what you call a nut. The strings run across it, and they need to make contact with it right there at the same place, all in a row. And those had gotten so deep that the nuts were too low, the strings were too low, and they were touching the fret below it, so that when you went to fret it, you weren't actually fretting it. So I fixed that with some glue, put some super glue on there, let it dry, and ran the strings over the top of that. Now I'm tightening the head. This is the head. This one's made out of plastic. Someone painted this with some weird color to try to make it look like an older banjo than it is. It's not a young banjo, but you know, this has an aluminum pot. I don't know exactly when they started putting aluminum pots on banjos, but I'm thinking maybe in the 70s, something like that, maybe in the 80s, I don't know, 70s, 80s. I don't think they did in the 60s. I think they were still using like wood. But anyway, the nuts, the head is loose. In fact, it's so loose that one of the bolts here is falling out. So I thought, well, I'm going to adjust his head, tighten his bolts up here. That's easy enough to do. The biggest thing about bolt tightening is you don't want to tighten them too tight or too quick. So it's every turn is a gentle turn. You work your way around. Now some people go here, 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 and I would too if I was just putting this head on. But where the head's already on there and it's already pulled down, you do that so that you don't pull your head down tighter on one side than the other before you get it tightened up. So in this case, we don't have to worry about that because the head's already on there. So what I do instead is just work my way around, and I listen to the noise it makes. I can tell by the echo that comes out of it as I go around how tight or how loose that head is. And right now I'm not hearing any echo, but I will as I get tighter. And I'll also see, I can see on the bottom of here where the bridge has got the head really pushed in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go all the way around. Nothing fancy here, just a little bit of a turn. I'm actually a little bit, usually I'd only turn this about a quarter of or an eighth of a turn, but these are so loose that I can get, that's almost a half a turn right there. So after I get them all vaguely tightened, then I'll do a little less turn. Well, that still takes, that was a good quarter turn right there. I can feel though, when they're loose, I can feel it. And as I tighten them, they all tighten. I mean, as it pulls this head down, you know, you can tell all the way around that they're all tightening up as we go. It's a process, like a lot of things, it's a process. So I thought I'd let you watch. I got a few things I want to do. It's funny, I've been doing a lot of things and involve stuff like cutting down trees and dragging off tree limbs and spreading gravel, and I got some more of that to go, but I'm gonna reach a spot where I'm caught up, and once I'm caught up, I'm gonna start looking for something to do. And of course, I can always go fishing, but I can also get my banjo shop set up and start making some banjos. So those are a couple of things I look forward to doing. Now along the going fishing line, a little pond over there next door, I was just over there with my little kayak doing some exploring. It looks to me like a great place to go fishing. It's pretty secluded over there. I think a young boy could go over there and paddle around in a little boat all day long and just have a heck of a time. So I might spend some time doing that. Chevy Tom sent me a message a while ago. He's down at the Athens car show having a big time. Of course, he invited me to come down, but you know, it's a pretty goodly drive down there and back, and I had things I wanted to do around here, so I decided not to. That's why I ain't hear it echoing, because I had my finger on the strings. Sometimes you can hear this echo coming from the strings. Do this. Need a little deeper wrench. We got one over here. Let's see how she sounds now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's what you call pulling a harmonic. Have to pull a harmonic on this one. I think that bridge needs to move just a little bit toward the other direction. There. That thing about it takes a lot of, I don't know, horsing around. Get it right where you want it sometimes. Jumping right out of the strings, ain't you? I don't like that. of short string banjos will do. A lot of times on the third string, they'll sound like they're not in tune, and that's because the neck isn't really long enough to develop the right wave pattern on these little short neck banjos. So if you tune one with standard tuning on a banjo, or what some people call standard G, that third string will a lot of times just sound out of tune. Not much you can do about that. There are people that do things with compensated bridges, which means that these bridges, some are farther back than others, so each bridge slot, instead of being straight across, is offset. But we won't get into all that today. This is not a banjo that, it may not even be tuned this way when he plays it. He's a blues guitar player, so he may tune it in an entirely different way. And if he chooses to, that's fine. It's entirely up to him. I think this is more something he wants to play with and something he wants to take terribly seriously. Anyway, so I'm just going to leave it at that. We'll carry that back to him and see how he likes it. Y'all have a nice day. Appreciate you hanging with me.